So hi, hello, and welcome again. Microbehunter here. Well, these are not worms, but these are so-called cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are bacteria that do photosynthesis. And as a matter of fact, what we see here in each one of those filaments, each filament is not one bacterium, but actually composed of hundreds, if not thousands, of individual cells. So if you look very carefully, and I need to again switch on the arrow over here, if you look very carefully, then you're able to see that each one of those filaments, is subdivided into smaller cells. So these are actually colonies of multiple cyanobacteria here. What is interesting is that some of those filaments actually move in a quite coordinated manner. They are gliding along the microscope slide, so to say, and in the process, they of course do photosynthesis and produce a significant amount of the world's oxygen. Look over here. Did you just see this bubble over here? Yeah, it's slowly growing. Yeah, that is oxygen, right? So those cyanobacteria here, they are producing quite a bit of oxygen here, and you can see actually that this bubble is starting to grow. Currently, this is not time lapse, but it's actually in real time. But I can of course also show you a faster version of their movement as well. Well, those cyanobacteria are also fascinating from a historical perspective, in the sense that for many years scientists thought that these cyanobacteria are actually algae, and for this reason they were actually referred to as blue-green algae. It turned out in the middle of the 20th century they found out that these are actually not true algae, but actually bacteria. And algae, or the true algae, are actually eukaryotes. They have a nucleus, but those cyanobacteria essentially are significantly simpler. They do not have a nucleus at all. They also do not have any other cell organelles in their cells, and they are also significantly smaller. And when this was actually, when they found out that cyanobacteria are not algae, then this was actually required a reclassification. Okay, I remember an interesting anecdote which one of my university professors long time ago has told us students. We at that time thought it was a rather funny story, but actually it's not funny at all. It was like this: that the professor of my professor essentially was researching those organisms for his whole life, and then it turned out that essentially these cyanobacteria are not algae at all, and the professor was so upset about that he actually got ill and nearly died because of that, at least according to the story of my professor. And even at the speech when he retired from the university, he still maintained that essentially those cyanobacteria are actually algae. And the students in the classroom were already rolling their eyes and saying, "Oh, gee, what does he know?" Right? Because essentially that's scientific progress, right? But it also shows that for some people, this actually was they took this quite personal. Yeah, you can see that this particular specimen is showing this slow gliding motion. Those cyanobacteria also come in a variety of different shapes and forms. These here are, of course, in filaments, as we can see. However, there are also others that have vastly different shapes, are circular, round in shape, and so on. So essentially, the diversity is quite high. Yeah. Over here, we can also see that evidently some of them, there are also some diatoms over here. So just also want to show that to you. You see that some of them are much thinner filaments, and those here, these are diatoms. So these are again eukaryotes, and the filamentous here, these are then prokaryotes, the cyanobacteria. Now, I would like to show you now how they look like in phase contrast. So we now have phase contrast, but I would like to direct your attention to those darker rod-shaped structures that you see here between the cyanobacterial filaments. There are a few over here. Here is also maybe a longer one. And these are regular bacteria, regular under quotation marks, because what does the word regular mean? These are also bacteria. And it becomes quite evident that those bacteria look quite different from, again, the cyanobacteria, which you see over here. Still, they are much more related than the cyanobacteria are related to the algae. So what do we learn from this? We should not only look at the external morphology, at the external shape, but also at other aspects and other criteria. And this is something that they discovered in the middle 20th century, that essentially overall, also concerning their DNA and the biochemistry and also, of course, the cell structure, those cyanobacteria are actually much more related to the bacteria which you see over here in the background as well. So this essentially, I think, is a very important concept in biology because for many years, scientists have used the appearance and the color and their way of life. Way of life, I mean, for example, photosynthesis, right? Their ecological significance and ecological role. They use those characteristics for making classifications and for grouping the organisms. But it turns out that this is evidently not enough, right? And that there are also other biological markers, the chemical composition and also the DNA sequence and so on, which are actually significantly more important for determining similarity. So in other words, to put it into simple language, just because if two things look similar under the microscope does not actually mean that they're related. And if two things look very different from each other under the microscope, like for example, those cyanobacteria and the other bacteria that you see here, they look very different, but actually they can be quite related as well. You see, that's, I think, one of the very important concepts in biology. Yeah, here again, we've got a whole bunch of cyanobacterial filaments. Look, but honestly, look at this. Oh my gosh. Another thing that I would like to point your attention to. Do you see those filaments here? Yeah. Do you actually see it's branched? Cyanobacteria are not branched. Yeah. This appears to be probably a fungus. Yeah, so actually what we probably have here is not only a mixture of I bumped my slide now. Apparently what we have here is not only a mixture is not only cyanobacteria, but probably also a whole bunch of fungal hyphae as well. And that's also one of the reasons, because fungi, they do not do photosynthesis and they're not green. And so it could actually be that those those other filaments here are probably either fungi or maybe also other bacteria. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, but probably not cyanobacteria. Yeah, so you see that it's quite fascinating, and when you put some stuff under the microscope, you never stop learning. Yeah, and I think it's very fascinating. Well, I just wanted to share this slide with you. I hope that you like these type of videos, and that I hope that you learned something here today as well. Of course, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. That's one of the very important ways in how you could support the channel. But for now, I say all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always. See you around next time. Bye-bye.